Uh,
Good evening, ma'am.
Guys, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
We'll wait for 2 minutes. 44 students join. We'll wait.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, our VPropel account got created.
We
We get
propel
access. We get
Our
access.
VPropel account got activated.
Yes, ma'am.
Activated.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Got a mail.
Yes,
Um.
ma'am.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
have no, ma'am. We haven't got any mail, but we have logged in. Like we have got some credentials for that.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
From other students, we get from other batch students.
The password is 123. What is the password you have used?
ABC one two
ABC 123.
ABC123 and login is?
registration number.
Registration number.
Okay, okay. I'll inform in the class. Thank
Okay,
you.
ma'am.
Okay, guys, we'll start. Uh, can anyone recall that what are the things we have discussed in the last class?
If class, ma'am.
If right afterwards. Hello. Only if only we discussed.
Loops, ma'am.
Loops we discussed.
While loop also.
Okay. I think I have given 2 problems to work out, right? Yes.
No, ma'am.
No. I think I
Yes,
given.
I guess one sum you gave him, that CGPA sum.
And one more also I have given. One more is the last, at the end of the class, I have given one homework. Hello? Guys, can you remember? Sum of n numbers whether I have given or not?
Ma'am, we have already done that, I think.
I asked you to write the program, no? Using while loop.
Ma'am, we have already done that, I think.
PAC, I think I explained only PAC, right?
No,
we
ma'am,
have
the
done
program
the pseudo
also.
code also.
Yeah, ma'am,
Program
you
also
showed.
completed.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, CGPA program over. Everyone completed CGPA program?
Yes, ma'am.
Shall I ask? Randomly, shall I call and ask?
Yes, ma'am.
Sujra Priya? Sheikh Mohammed, please mute your mic. Sujra Priya? Can you hear
Yes,
me?
yes, ma'am.
Have you completed that CGPA program?
Yes, ma'am.
Uh, how many lines? It's a very big code or a small one you have written? How many lines?
I made it big, ma'am.
Big one,
Yes, ma'am. I'll share it in chat box.
chat box. Okay, put it in the chat box.
Yes, ma'am.
Others, everyone completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Angeline, have you completed?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sujapriya, have you shared in the chat box?
Yes, ma'am.
We didn't receive Gama.
I shared it, ma'am. Now I'm sharing input. I shared input, ma'am. Now I'm sharing output.
You are sharing the screen.
No, ma'am. In chat box, I have posted it.
I could not see. Anybody can able to see?
No, ma'am.
Now only it's coming.
Yes, ma'am. Now it is visible.
It's your own program.
Yes, ma'am.
Already studied Python. Ah?
My brother taught me, ma'am.
Whether you have studied already?
Yes, ma'am. I only studied, ma'am. That's what my brother taught me.
Why your brother is going very advanced? I didn't thought all these things, right? Whether I asked you to use the class? Hmm? No, that's good only. Your brother advanced level he is teaching. Whether you are coming from the fundamentals or just jumping to all the things. Here class is used, function is used. Have you understand all the things? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Suja,
Yes,
my
ma'am.
question have you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you have done a program, whether it is by yourself or your brother written or your brother taught how to write the program.
He taught me, ma'am. I have done this.
So don't use this role the logic. It's not in our syllabus. The class, all the things, it's not in the syllabus, right? You can use it, no problem. I am not stopping you. If you understand and if you did everything, that is well and good.
I only done this, ma'am.
Oh, so you know all the basics.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then good. Others, whether you have completed. Angeline, can you share your program?
Ma'am, I have a doubt, so
What doubt you are having?
no, ma'am, I don't know whether it's right.
No, ma. How far you have tried? I should check it. No, then only I can able to tell that I can clarify your doubt.
No, ma'am, when I typed in Python, I did not get the output.
Pardon? It,
When I typed in Python in my home, I did not get the output, ma'am.
that's why I'm telling, ma. You share your screen like you copy the program. I'll check it. What is your mistake? Have you tried? Have you written? That is my question.
Yes, ma'am, I've written.
Put it in the chat box. I'll check it. What is the error or logical mistake? I'll check it.
Okay, ma'am.
I didn't get, ma.
I'm typing it.
Are you in the chat box? You're typing.
Yes, ma'am.
Already you are having Python. Whether have you
Okay,
coded
okay,
in
ma'am. I'll copy paste.
copy paste there, and then I'll check it.
Okay,
Don't
ma'am.
type. It takes a lot of time. Okay, keep it ready, Angeline. I'll call you in the middle because it's taking time, right? Have you shared or not? I don't know what you are doing. Okay, ma, we'll go to the class.
Ma'am, I shared it, ma'am.
Shared.
I don't know whether it's correct, ma'am.
Have you executed the code?
Yes, ma'am, but I had an error saying it was an invalid syntax.
Yes, lot of syntax error is there. So if less than or equal to 9 CGPA, actually we have to compare the operand. So you are checking that whether, okay, I'll explain the program later. Lot of mistake is there. Syntax error is there, ma. Like when you are using the relational operator like less than, greater than, you have to check it with operators or operand. Simply you given if less than or equal to 9. So what the computer will understand is simply if you are giving less than or equal to 9, which value is less than or equal to 9 you have to inform, no? So if CGPA is less than or equal to 9 or CGPA is greater than or 9, like that you have to give. Another boy is see everyone can able to see the program. Sam Prince is shared his program. So how he compared? You see that? Have you executed Sam Prince? Akshay shared. There also a lot of mistakes are there, ma. Okay, wait. Just everyone look the Sam Prince program. I think this is correct only. So what he did, first he is taking the CGPA as a input, and he is taking CGPA in terms of float and storing in the variable CGPA. And one second, I'll copy his program. I'll put it in Python. Okay, his program is like this if statement. You can put it in the first line itself. Wait. Can everyone able to see his program?
Yes,
Hello.
ma'am.
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
so what he written like first he is taking input as a CGPA. Don't use this. Actually, don't practice this. Okay, you have to give input as a CGPA, right? So he is taking the input as a float and storing in the variable. Actually, it is called as a variable CGPA. Here, if CGPA, Angeline, it is the mistake you have done. Simply you are telling if greater than or equal to 9, less than or equal to 9, then with which one the computer will check. So we have to give the variable CGPA. If the CGPA value is greater than or equal to 9 and the CGPA value is less than or equal to 10, in this range, then we are printing that it's outstanding. Else what I am telling that next condition is if it is greater than or equal to 8, less than 9, then excellent. You can put if, here you can again use else and if. So else and if you are using, then indentation, it's a big problem. So he used elif, that is a good idea. So if we are using elif, we no need to give any indent space. Simply we can start all the elif in the same column, first column. So else if again he is checking CGPA is greater than or equal to 8 and CGPA is less than 9, printing excellent. Else if again he is checking CGPA is greater than or equal to 7, CGPA less than 8, printing good. And again checking CGPA is greater than or equal to 6 and less than 7. And finally, so what will be happen, say for example, I am giving CGPA is 5.5. What will be happen? It will check that whether the CGPA 5.5 is in between 9 to 10, no. Then it is coming to the else. Whether it is in between 8 to 9, no. Then again it's coming to else if, checking 7 to 8, no. Again it is checking in the else if 6 to 7, no. Then again here it's checking whether 5.5 is in between 5 to 6, yes. Then better will be printed. So whatever the case is true, at last after satisfying that print statement, it comes out from the loop. Okay, if statement, sorry, it will come out from the elif. So any one, so only one statement will be executed based on the condition. Even if you want more clarity, at the end you can give like a print. So you can print like that, program over. So that means whatever the CGPA grade is printed, finally it tells that the program over. That's for our understanding purpose. Can you able to follow? So every it should be ended with a colon. This is a correct logic and it's very simple one also. Hello, any doubt?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, we'll go to the next topic. Like already we started that looping statement, no? While statement, we'll continue this. Okay, after this, I think I have completed in the last class.
Ma'am, we have to start with break statement.
Yes, yes. So I have completed up to this how to print the values, and some of n numbers afterwards I'll explain the program. So in the looping, actually in the while loop, whatever the looping it will be, if I want to jump out, so we will discuss that to break the loop, there are three possible things are there. Not a break, the loop we can use the three things, break, continue and pass. What is the difference between break, continue and pass? Break, what it will do is, in the while loop, if suppose if I am having 10 lines, if I am giving a break, immediately after the break statement encountered, it jump out from the loop. Okay, it won't execute the remaining process in the loop. That is, a break is nothing but jumping out from the loop. Continue means what it will do is like certain, so even though if the condition is fails or pass, whatever it is, it will ask to continue. Okay, pass means it does not perform anything. So I'll explain with the program, then it will be easy for you to understand. Here, what is the thing? The program is what? So while true, that means what? True means what? That is true. Always I am telling that the loop is true. That means never the loop will fails. Can we use like that while true? Yes, we can use. That's why I told no. If it is a if condition or while condition, whatever condition it be, it evaluate the expression or condition, and if the values or one or non-zero values, then automatically it considers it's a true statement. Otherwise, it takes the false statement. Even true also non-zero value. No, true means the value is 1. So I am telling that infinitely that the condition is true. Here, what I am giving. So enter the name. Just I am asking to give the name, and after taking the name, I am checking that whether the name equal to stop. If the name equal to stop, then I am asking to break. That means what? Further it won't proceed in the loop. It will jump out from the loop. Suppose if the name is not equal to stop, then I am asking to enter the age. Then I am printing that my name is so and so and age. Like that I'll get the output. So enter name means you are giving Bob, and enter age means you are giving 40, and the message is printed like that. Hello Bob, greater than or equal to. That means what is double star here? Double star represents
Square.
exponent. So 40 power of 2. So it is printing 1600. Just for simple understanding purpose, I have given this break statement. Here, whenever, I can give many number of names. When I am willing to stop this program, then in name I have to give small stop. It's case sensitive. STOP if you are giving, then it won't ask the age or it won't print it, just it will come out. So see, these are all the things is necessary in the program. Unconditionally I want to continue some process. Okay, I don't know that when I have to stop. Unconditionally I have to run this code, and if the input is matches this, then I have to stop the programming. In such cases you can use the break. I'll execute the program. See, I'm executing this. So why it's showing error? Can anyone tell me?
Indentation.
Yes, while should be in a loop, right? I started in the first column, so it's showing the error.
Ma'am, there's the break should be
Colon now.
ma'am, that break should be near to the stop. I guess that yes ma'am, that colon will not come.
See here, I have entered the name Ajay, and I have given the age. So it is calculating 23 per square. So then next one I have given the stop, then it is completing the loop. See here, the meaning is while true means already I have told that. Normally in the while we have to give here the condition. Here in the instead of condition I have given the value true. True means non-zero value. So that means that unconditionally this loop should execute. Like that here we have given. So name equal to int of int just I am printing the message, enter the name. Here I have to give the name. It is taken in the variable name and it's checking whether name is equivalent to, and equivalent to actually normally 1 equal. See here, normally in computer 1 equal to means it's called as an assignment. A equal to 1 or A equal to 0, it's called as an assignment. How the two values, like 2 is equal to 2, how I'll compare? Okay, whether 2 is true, yes, true. So I have to use double equal to compare in the if condition to compare the two values. So if I given the name as a stop, it will check whether it is equivalent to stop. If name is stop, then break means what? Here the break meaning is what? From here the loop will come out from the, so from here the control will come out from the loop. Again it won't no longer, it will continue in the loop. So unconditionally I am telling that hereafter so it will omit all the statement remaining and further it won't enter into the while loop, it will come out. Suppose if the condition is false, then it is taking the age as well as it is printing, again it is going and taking next name. So these processes keep on continuing infinitely. If I want to stop, then I have to give stop, then break means it will come out. Even instead of true, if I am giving 1 also, this condition will be satisfied. We'll check it. So it is asking the name, and next it's asking the age. So again it is asking enter name. I have given one name. The age I am giving 12. So again it is asking I have given one name. I think length is a keyword. Okay. So keep on it is asking. Okay. Don't stop. How many like how many values if we want to give, we can continuously give, because we have given while is 1, that is non-zero value, it never stops, right? So now I want to stop, so I am giving the input as stop. See that afterwards it came out. So break, now understand, break means if I don't want to continue in the loop, I want to come out from the loop, then we can use the break. Next one is continue. Here you see this program, like this program is, we have to print all even numbers in between 0 to 10. Okay, in between 0 to 10, how many even numbers are there? So 5 even numbers, right? Okay,
Yes.
so I want to print all the even numbers in between 0 to 10. So how to find out that even number? Normally, how will find out a number is an even number?
Be divisible by 2.
Okay, we'll do the
Multiple of 2.
modulo division of 2. If the remainder equal to 0, then divisible by 2, otherwise not divisible by 2. Is it correct or not? So
Yes,
here what I am doing is, I have to print the values, I have to print the even numbers in between 0 to 10. I can do the program in many ways. Here one of the logic is, what I'm doing is, I'm taking the number from 0 to 10. I'm checking that whether the number is modulo of 2. If it is the remainder equal to 0. If the remainder equal to 0, then I am asking to print. If the remainder is not equal to 0, then I am not printing. Okay. So this is the way I have done the program. Here what I am doing is while x equal to 10, and what is the x value here? The x value is replaced with a 10. So while 10 means the condition is true. Here I am decrementing x equal to x minus 1. Okay, after, because it's less than 10 only, it's not less than or equal to 10. Less than or equal to 10 means then we have to print 10 also. Here less than 10 means we have to omit the 10 because 10 is a even number, no? So I am reducing one value from the x. So now the x value becomes 9. So if 9 modulo of 2, okay, not equal to 0, that means what? When it will be not equal to 0? If it is odd, then it is not equal to 0. So the remainder is not equal to 0 when it is odd. So if it is odd, then I am continue. Continue means what? In the inside the while loop, if we are using the continue, so after the continue, what are the statements are there in the, actually these are all looping statements. This 3 is a looping statement. So while loop statements. So if I am giving continue, then the remaining statements in the loop will be skipped and again it will continue the loop. Can you understand the difference between break and continue? Break means totally it will come out from the loop, whereas continue, remaining statements in the loop it will skip, but again it repeats the loop. So when it will repeat the loop, so here suppose if the up to the ending, when x becomes 0, then the loop will be stopped. So the x value, if it is non-zero, then it continues. When x becomes 0, then it has to stop, because below 0 we cannot able to go, because our problem is finding the even number between 0 to 10, right? Every time decrementing the value, first time x value becomes 9, 8, 7, 6, finally it comes to 0, then the condition will be fails, it come out from the loop. So inside the while statement, if my remainder is not equal to 0, then that number is an odd number. So in such cases, I am not printing that. If my remainder equal to 0, then the continue won't execute, and I'll come and I'll print the statement. So after executing this statement, I can get all the even number. And what is this end equal to quotation? What is that end equal to quotes? Last class I have told this. What is the output we'll get if we are giving end equal to quotes, single quotes? Hello? This, what is the purpose of using this end equal to quotes?
Print
The
in a
output,
single line.
yeah, all the values will be printed on the same line. It won't jump out to the new line. Guys, you do this code and check it. What is the output you are getting? So I'll ask anyone to share the code. Please do it. If any error comes, then call me. I'll help you. Done. Niharika.
Ma'am, 1 minute, ma'am. I'm doing it.
Doing, okay. Prem Kumar,
Yes, ma'am.
completed?
Doing, ma'am.
Okay. If anybody completed, put it in the chat box. Srinivasan. Copy the code and put it in the chat box. I think guys you understand about that. One more time. I'll have you cleared how this when this while loop will be. See, I'll trace the program once again. Then it will be easy for you to understand. What is the x value? Initially 10. So while x, that means x value is 10. Now here x equal to x minus 1. Now x value is 10. 10 minus 1, that becomes, now x value becomes 9. Okay, here it is checking whether 9 is modulo of 2. 9 modulo of 2, that is whether it is equivalent to 0, no. So in that case, continue it is given. If the so it's not equal to 0, yes, true means continue will be executed. Continue means what? It skips execute the print statement. That means all the statement next to the inside the loop will be skipped, and continue what it will do? Simply it will go to the while loop and it won't come out. It skips the statement. It skips the statement and it goes to the loop. Now what is the new x value? Already we have calculated the new x value is 9. Now what is here the value here? 9 minus 1. 9 minus 1 will get it as 8. Now the new x value is 8. So it is checking whether 8 is modulo of 2. So the value is equal to 0. So the condition is false. Then it won't execute the continue. Okay. It execute the statement, print statement. That means print 8. Okay. Print x value is 8. So first value will get that 8. And again from here it continues the loop. Right. Now what is the new x value? Not 9, it is 8, right? Again here 8 minus 1 will get
7.
it as 7. Here new x value is 7. Here we are checking whether 7 modulo of 2. 7 modulo of 2, the remainder is not equal to 0. Yes, condition is true. Continue means from here it will go and again while loop it continues. It won't print the value 7. Now, what is the new value?
7.
7. Yes, 7 we completed, no? No, now only we are getting 7. 7, again we are continuing 7. Okay, 7 is while 7 it is true, then again x equal to x minus 1. That means now the new x value is 6. So here we are checking whether 6 modulo of 2. Yes, the remainder is equal to 0. So the condition continues fails. It print the value 6. We given end equal to single quote space. So next print will be besides of 8, not to the next line. So like that we'll get the answer 8, 6, 4, 2. When x value becomes 0, say for example, previously I'm getting 1 while values I'm getting, say for example, while value I'm getting 1 at the end. So 1 minus 0 is 0. Here 0, it's that is this condition will be continue. Okay, not equal to 0. So it will comes out. That means 0 means what? Automatically what will be happen? The while condition will be false. False means what? It comes out from the loop. When the while value is zero value, it comes out from the loop. When the while value is non-zero, it continues in the loop. This is the example of continue. So pass, what it will do is just it like some statement, it's just skips. That's all in the infinite loop. See this. Okay. One more example is given here. Have you know how to calculate the prime number? How to calculate the prime number? Prime number means what? Guys, tell me what is prime number?
Having only factors 1 and itself.
Divisible by 1 and it's
If the number is divisible by 1 and itself, then it becomes a prime number. Otherwise, it's a non-prime number. Is it correct or not? So how to find that the number is divisible by 1 and itself? So we have to take all the numbers in between the number and 1 and the number. So we have to increment each number. Then finally, we have to check that like if any factors in between that 1 to that number itself. If the factors comes, then it's a prime number. Otherwise, it is not a prime number. I'll come to this program later. And here I'll explain one more program for the break statement. Here, see, just we have already done this program, like finding the class average. So how to do the program for finding the class average? For a number of students, we have to find the class average. That means each student mark we have to take, that is n number of students mark we have to get. We have to add all the marks, and finally by dividing the number of students, we'll get the class average. So this program already we have discussed. Here I'm giving one more see, n number of students mark I'm getting, and I'm finding the average. One more condition I'm adding here. If any student mark is less than 0, okay, that means if we entered any negative values, unfortunately, that I'm asking to break the loop. Here, see this program. Actually, why I have to use the count? Here my program is, again I am telling my problem very clearly. I have to find out the class average for my course CSE 1001. How I'll find out the class average? All the students mark, I'll add it and I'll divide by n number of that number of students in my class, right? So for the program, I have to give how many number of students in my class, as well as each student mark I have to enter. This problem already we have discussed. Suppose if for computer, if you want to repeat the same statement, like I want to add each student mark, then we have to use the counter. If it is a loop, then we have to give three things. If you are going to be use a loop, 3 things we have to give. What are the 3 things?
Initializing,
Yeah.
checking, and
Condition,
counter.
increment. So these 3 things which is used for checking whether the final value we have reached in the loop or not, because loop has to be executed for many number of times. So as we are the human being, we can count how many times we have performed the work. For computer, it is difficult to remember that how many times the particular statement executed. So for that, we are using these 3 things: initializing the counter, testing the condition, and incrementing the counter, right? Here I'm giving count equal to 0. Why I'm giving total equal to 0? So in computer, if any value, if you want to continuously add, accumulate, then we have to start the initial value total equal to 0. Here n value I am taking as an input, that is how many number of students are there in my class, that n represents. here while count is less than n. Initially the count value becomes 0. So 0 less than n, then I am taking the first student mark here, int of input. And one more check condition here I have given. If mark is less than 0, then I no need to continue in the loop. So I want to come out from the loop. So this else is related for this while. If that mark less than 0, then automatically it breaks out from this while loop and it comes to else and it finds the class average. Suppose if I given a non-negative value, then I'll add that mark with the total, that becomes a new total, and incrementing the count, again the loop will continue once again. So after that again the loop will continues. Now the new count value will be compared with n. Okay, again I am taking the next student mark. I am checking whether the mark is less than 0. No means if I am adding with the previous student total and I am incrementing the count. Again, the condition will be checked. So this process keep on continues. Suppose if any student mark is less than 0, what will be happen? It won't be stay in the loop. It comes out from the loop. Which statement is outside of the loop? Else statement. So else is optional statement for the while. If we want, we can give the else. Otherwise, without else, simply if all the statements in the first column, that it understood that these two statements are outside the loop. Okay, so we'll find out the average, and as well as we can give the mark. We can print the average in 2 decimal places. So this is the usage of break. Instead of break, if I am giving total, sorry, instead of break, if I am giving continue, what will be happen? Please tell me. The same line I am using, instead of break I am using continue. What will be happen?
It will be continually adding the mark, ma'am, with the counter increase.
Yes, but it will, what it will do, say for example, one student got say not a 0 value. Say unfortunately I have given some negative mark for a particular student. So I given the mark is -1. There is no chance of getting a mark in negative value. So in such cases, if I am giving continue, so that mark won't be added. That is because it's a wrong input, no? That mark won't be added with the total. So continue means it skips these two statements. These two statements are remaining in the loop. So it continue means it skips these two statements and student mark and it add. So when the negative marks entered, it won't take into the consideration. That is the difference between break and continue. I think you guys are very clear. So using that logic, please complete this prime number. How to check a given number is prime or not? Okay, you can. This is a classwork. Classwork you have to complete and try it in the show it in the next class. Next thing is, we have discussed about the while statement. We are having one more looping statement that is called as a for statement. I think I have told the difference between while statement and a for statement. So for statement, it is called as a what it is called automatic counter loop. Automatic counter loop means in for we can you conformly like you perform this set of statements for 5 times 10 times like we can fix that how many number of times the loop has to be executed. That is fixed times the for loop will work. Whereas while it won't while loop, it depends on the condition. If the condition is true, then only it enters into the loop. Otherwise, it goes. So there is no guarantee for the while loop how many times that looping statement is going to be executed. Whereas for the for loop, it's guarantee how many times if we are giving that many number of times the statement will be executed inside the loop. That is the difference between while and for. Again, I am repeating. For statement is called as an automatic counter statement. That means in the for we are going to be give that fixed number of times you have to execute this statement in the loop. So without unbounded condition, how many times you ask the for loop to execute, that many number of times the looping statements will be executed if you use for loop. Okay, that's why it's called as an automatic counter loop. Whereas in the while statement, every time once the looping statement is over, again it checks the condition. If the condition is true, then only it enters into the loop in the second time. Again the condition is true, then only it enters into the loop third time. Okay, so it's purely depends on the while condition what we have given. We cannot be able to give any assurance that this while loop, this statement in the loop will execute for 5 times or 10 times or 15 times, because we cannot able to give assurance, because this is purely depends on the condition what we have added in the while loop. So that is the main difference between while loop and for loop. We'll see the syntax of the for loop. Same, the process also checking the sequence, and if it is true, then set of statements will be executed. So a given number of times the statements will be executed inside the loop. If once the final value reaches, it comes out from the loop. So this is the syntax for the for loop. It's very simple syntax in the Python. For looping variable in, I'll give in very simple way. Yeah. Or this is called as a loop variable. N is called as a loop index variable or looping variable, whatever it is. For variable in for variable in range 1 comma 6. The meaning is what? For variable in, you have to give the initial value and final value. Actually range is one of the function. Here what I am telling that the for loop, the index value as I am assigning from the range 1 to 6. That means from starting from 1 up to the 5. So this for loop has to be executed. Normally if you are using the range function, then it won't take up to last value. It will stop before one value. That means what? If you given 1 comma 5 means it starts from 1 and ends with 5 only. It won't take always the range function. It won't take the last value. It stops before the last value. So that means for n. What is the n value? First it takes the n value from the range. So first time the n value will be taken as 1, n equal to 1. N equal to 1. So after assigning n equal to 1, then this is the looping statement. What I given in the looping statement, only print n. So now what is the n value? N value is taken as a starting value. So print 1. 1 will be printed. Again the loop continues. So second time what it will do, again n will take the next value in the, n will take next value in the range. So next value of in the range already 1 is taken, now 2 will be taken. So n value is 2, so n equal to 2 and n that will be printed. Next again it takes the next n value, that is equal to 3. Next n is 4, next n is 5 and next n is 6. So it won, then condition fails. Always the range value takes from 1 to n minus 1 only. Okay, that is starting to n minus 1. It won't take the last value. Only 2 statement we can complete the for loop. So this is the looping statement and this is the, so here I have given print. You can give any number of statements. So we'll get that 1 to 5 will be printed. So another one I'll tell here. See this the example. For, so here which is the index variable or looping variable? For, next to for what we have given, that becomes a for variable or index variable. There I have given only one character n. Here I have given letter. Letter also one of the valid variable. So for variable in, previously I used the range 1 comma 6. That is a function. Here what is this Python in quotes? For variable in, I have given the identifier, and this is a constant. What type of constant? String constant. So within quotes I have given a string constant. So in the for loop, here you can give any value. You can give the string constant or you can give the integer value. So here what the for will do, no, next statement I given current letter. That means if you are using a string constant in the for loop, first that the variable takes the first character in the string constant. That means here what I have given, print letter. Actually the thing is print letter. So what is the letter value? Letter value first one is P. Again, when the loop executes, the letter value takes the next value, that is y. Again, when the loop print the y value, again it comes to the for loop, then letter takes the value t, then it prints the letter t. So keep on, it will take one by one all the characters from the string and it will print. So the finally will get the output is current letter p, y, t, h, o, n. Right? Are you clear, guys? So for statement is very simple. For, this is the syntax for the for loop. For variable in, you can give a range or you can give a string constant, and inside the for you have to give the statements, looping statements you have to give, and the for statement should be ended with a colon. So this is the syntax of the for loop. Any doubt? Are you clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so here actually in the for loop, I want to use some numerical value. Then you have to use the range function. Actually, it is a function. Why I am calling it as a function? And then the here any keyword followed by or any name followed by parenthesis, then it's called as a function in a programming language, not only in Python, in all the programming language, name followed by the parenthesis, some name. If it is a predefined, then here the keyword will be there. If it is user defined, any name will be there. Name followed by the parenthesis, then it is called as a function. Whether input is a function?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you give an example of this? Like
For what? You're asking
for the
example
for the syntax.
for syntax. I understand your question,
Ma'am,
Ritti.
can you give an example for this range function, like a code or something, so that
That I'll give. Next coming slide, it is there. I'm discussing about that function. Okay, one
okay.
second. See here in the chat box I'm giving. So input is a function. Is the input is a function? Why it is a function? A name followed by the parenthesis we used to call as a function. Similarly, range is a function. Yes. There are some of the functions which are predefined. That means the computer will is the print is a function. Tell me whether is a print is a function. Yes, print followed by
Yes, ma'am.
parenthesis is there.
Yes, ma'am.
So this input, print, these are all the things are the predefined
Predefined
function.
functions.
So we can define our own function. Say for example, I can define my own function fact. It is also a function, but this function is not predefined by the computer. I am creating my
User
own
defined.
function. Okay, similarly, I am telling that range also a function, and will what the range function will do, that I'll discuss now. So always in the range function, we have to give the three values: begin, end, and stop. That means what? From which value I'm going to be start my for loop value or range function. Range varies from which value to which value. That is begin value, end value, and step value. That means how much I have to give increment. Okay, the begin is nothing but the first value and end is nothing but the last value. Step value is amount of increment what we are going to be give. But and one more thing is this begin and step, everything should be in integer. We should not use any float value. So here the step value is an optional statement. That means if I'm not giving any step value, it means that by default it is going to be increment by 1. Okay, or if you want to explicitly increment by a certain integer value, then you have to give a step value. Say for example, I'm giving a range function like that. I'll use the chat box. Whether the chat box is visible, my chat box.
Yes, ma'am.
Range 1, comma 10, comma 2. What is the meaning here? My range is going to be start from 1 and
end
ends
at
with
10.
a 9
Ends
because
in 2. Ends in 10.
it won't take up to the last value, and
It'll end
step
with
value
9.
is 2 end with the 9 and step value is 2. That means what are the values
Increment
assigned?
2.
Yes,
1,
first
3,
value it
5,
will
7,
take
9.
as 1.
1, 3, 5, 7,
Okay,
9.
next value 3. So increment by 2. That means 1 plus 2 is 3. Next 3 plus 2 is 5. Next 5 plus 2 is 7. 7 plus 2
7.
is 9. So these are all the values will be taken in the range. The first one is the beginning value, second one is the last value, and the third one is the step value. Say for example, if I'm not giving a step value 1 comma 10 I am giving, range will take, so 1 2 3
1, 2,
4
3,
5
4,
6
5,
7
6, 7,
8
8, 9, 10.
9. So why? So here I didn't given the step value. By default it is incrementing by 1. So the first value is 1, incrementing by 1 I'll get 2, again incrementing 1 I'll get 3 4. So at the last value is 9. So 10 it won't take. The range function last value it won't take. Clear? So these are all the things in the range function. First one is a begin, the second one is a end, and the third one is step. Step is optional. If you want, we can give, otherwise we can omit. And one more thing is, even the three parameters, actually we used to call the three parameters, begin, end, step. In out of the three parameters, only one parameter is mandatory, remaining two is optional. That means either you can give one value in the range, or you can give one parameter in the range, or you can give a three parameters. I'll explain that. What is this? See here, range 10. I have given only one parameter. So this 10 represents what? Either it represents a begin or end, or it's a step. Normally, if you are giving only one parameter in the range function, it assigns as it is a end value. That means what is the beginning value? By default, if you are not giving the beginning value, the range function consider the beginning value as 0. So it starts from 0 and it prints up to 9 because the beginning value is not mentioned and the step value also not mentioned. The step value is not mentioned, that it increment by 1 by default, and the begin value is not mentioned, it starts from 0 onwards. So what are the value? So range 1 comma 10, what is the value we'll get? So it starts from 1 because I told to start from 1, and step value is not given, so it increments by 1. Okay, so the final value is 10, it won't go up to 10, it stops at 9. We'll get the values from 1 to 9. Here range is of 1 comma 10 comma 2. 1 is the beginning value, 10 is the last value, and 2 is the step value. Here what will be happen? So previously I have shown the same thing, 1 and step value is 2. So it's jumping to 3, and again plus 3 step value 2, again 5, 5 plus step value 2, 7, 7 the step value is 2, 9. So it won't take the last value. Okay, it stops at 9. And one more thing is, in Python, the range is not from 0 to positive. Even we can go in the both end. Negative side also we can go into the positive side also, like that. Wait a minute, I'll write. Python, it takes the range in this way, negative to positive. -5, -4, -3. right? So Python, it takes the values from negative end to positive end. This is another specialty of the Python programming, right? Here you see this 10, 10. So what is the initial value? Tell me. Beginning value is 10, the ending value is 0, and step is minus 2. That means what here I am asking to do the
Reverse it.
decrement.
Yes, ma'am.
The decrement. So 10 minus 2, so beginning value is 10, first value is printed. Then 10 minus 2, I'll get 8.
8.
Again 8 minus 2, 6.
6.
6 minus 2, 4.
4.
4 minus 2,
2.
2. 2 minus 2, 0. But it won't take the last value. Okay, 0 won't be printed, then it is stopping. So what is the output of this? 2, 11, 2. That means what? Starts from 2, increment by 2. So it starts from 2, increment by 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Next value is 12, but it goes out of this range, so it stops. See, if you are giving a range minus 5, comma 5, so that means it takes the beginning value is minus 5, last value is 5, and step value it is taking as a 1. So minus 5, again adding with 1, minus 4, again adding with 1, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's why I told that Python takes the value from negative to positive. Okay, range 1, comma 2 means what value will get? Starts from 1 and ends with 1 itself, because it won't take 2, right? Is it correct or not? Once again, guys. Next, 1 comma minus 1. What 1 comma 1? What is the value we'll get? Starts from 1 and ends with 1.
It will not take the value 1, ma'am.
Yes, it is an empty range. Is it correct or not? Next,
Yes.
1 comma minus 1. Again the same thing.
The
Empty.
decrement is. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, decrement, that becomes empty. Range of 0 also empty. If you are giving 1 minus 1, what is the value we'll get? 1.
1
The first value is 1. And
and
1
minus 1,
minus 1,
0.
step value is minus 1. 1 minus 1, 0. Again 0 minus 1, minus 1. Isn't it? So minus 1 is the last value, it won't print. So when we are giving range 1 comma minus 1 minus 1, we'll get 1 comma 0. Any doubt in the examples what I have given, please ask. If you don't have any if you don't have a doubt, please take randomly some some range and put it in the for loop and print and check the result. Say how to put it in the for loop. I'll show that. For any variable, okay, for I in any variable you can give here. For I in range, giving like that, minus 5 comma 5 colon print. So what is my for variable? I or index, whatever it is. So I am executing this program. See what is the value we got? Minus 5, minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 up to 4 only it will print, because the last value it won't take. So it stops at 4. See, I am giving another example. 1 comma 10 comma 2. In this case, I'll get all odd number. Is it correct or not? So 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. I'm getting all the odd number. If I'm starting from 0, then I'll get all even numbers. Okay, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. It prints 8 only. It won't print the next value, because the next value is 10. So it reaches to the final value. Clear, guys? So like that, just execute a few range statement and check the output. Please check it by yourself.
Yes, ma'am.
Done.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, we'll do some exercise. See, guys, an announcement. Um, already your account is mapped with vPropel, and I am planning to conduct one in-lab session next lab, like Wednesday lab. So what is this in-lab session? I'll give one question in the vPropel. You have to solve it. Actually, this in-lab session won't carry a mark in the final weightage, but it is one of the practice. You should prepare well and you have to come. So up to now, what I have discussed, from that, just I'll give one problem like that. Here I shown on the screen, no, like that one problem I'll give. You have to write the PAC chart. You have to write the algorithm or pseudocode, and you have to write the Python program you have to execute. This is the task, right? So everyone, please check the vPropel account. The vPropel account is, username is your registration number, and password is ABC123. Okay, so guys, everyone go to the vPropel. I'll open the vPropel. You also open the vPropel. See, in the browser, just you give vPropel. So even in the Google also you can get it. vPropel. Please everyone check it this whether you can able to log in into your account.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, we can log in.
So are you getting this page? Then you click student login. You'll get the portal page like that. Login into the portal. Here give your registration number, like example 20. What is your registration number? Anyone please? MIS.
MIS. Yes, ma'am. MIS.
1002, say for example. Okay, so you have to give the password is ABC123. I'll type it and show. So what's your password? Name is your registration number 20 MIS 1002, and password is a small letter ABC 123. Please type this. So after typing, you will get the page. Actually, my page is different, your page is different. So tell me, what are the things you can able to see?
Problem of the day archive.
Yeah, problem of the day.
Yes, ma'am.
Click the problem of the day. Click problem of the day.
Solve today's question, ma'am.
Whether question is given.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Digits same
By
position.
Chanakya Meena.
Yes, ma'am.
Pardon?
Digit same position, ma'am. The question is digit same position.
Digit same portion. Okay. So problem of the day means every day one problem will be posted in the vPropel.
Okay, ma'am.
Those who solved the problem after posting, like who solved first, I think
Leaderboard is there, ma'am.
some leaderboard display, something you will be appreciated, right? So hereafter please follow it and please solve it, right? What else you are having?
Ma'am, we are able to see the view score.
Okay, we score later after evaluating the, then after test evaluation. Okay,
Take a test. Take a
pardon?
test, ma'am. Attend a test.
Attend a test. So attend
MCQ
a
test
test.
and programming.
Yes, MCQ means like objective type question. MCQ will use only for the cat and cat only, not for pat
Yes.
also. MCQ
Programming
only for
test.
the
CST.
cat.
Ma'am,
For
cat will
pat,
ma'am, cat will have
pardon?
only MCQ, ma'am.
For cat alone, you will have MCQ for 10 marks. For PAT, practice problem, periodic assessment, there won't be any MCQ, as well as a FAT, final assessment also, there won't be any MCQ. Only for cat, only MCQ. And next lab, I'm going to be conducting in lab. That is, in lab means inside the lab, you have to practice. Okay, that is in lab. When the periodic assessment I'm going to be conduct, I'll inform you, that carries the mark. So after 2 in lab, I'll conduct the, I think this week is a PAT week. As you are new, so I'll give 1 lab, extra lab, and I'll conduct it. I'll actually Moodle account also created.
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
share the session plan. So I won't announce all the things. So you have to follow the dates, what is given as per our schedule. I'll put the schedule, I'll put the calendar, and I'll put the session plan. I'll share all the PPT. Just you follow it, and again instruction also I'll give all the things. Please read it. And this cat and fat, these are all overall scheduling, not the class-wise scheduling. So we cannot able to make changes in the for the cat and fat, right? Even pat also, as per the schedule, I have to conduct. Okay, everyone can able to log in into vPropel. Any problem?
No, ma'am.
No issues.
Others, if any problem, please inform to me. You can change your password, and don't forget your password. If you change your password, can note, and daily everyone has to solve the problem in the vPropel problem of the day, right?
Ma'am, but
And
the level of difficulty is quite high, ma'am.
level of difficulty is,
It's quite high, so
yes, you try it, no problem.
okay, ma'am.
Try it. And also practice problem also will be posted after some time. So they will give a bunch of questions to practice in the vPropel. That is called as a practice problem. For every week you will get a bunch of practice problems. So again I am telling that for this course you don't need to study anything, you don't need to prepare anything. Only practice, practice, practice. What are the problems we are giving? Everything if you are solving, you can score 100 out of 100. And also it is a absolute grading only, it's not relative grading. If you get 100, your mark is 100. If you get 30, your mark is 30. We won't compare your mark with others, the other student. So you can how much effort you are putting, how much hard work you are getting, you will get the credit for that as it is, without any loss or any reduction. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Now I'll show one problem. Please solve it. Please read this problem. Whether the problem visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Houseflies have approximately age of 4 weeks. Okay. Give the number of days a housefly lived. Design an algorithm and write the Python code to determine the approximate age in seconds. Okay. Check for the boundary condition for printing invalid. Example also given. Say for example, the housefly lives 21 days. So we have to convert into second. That is the problem. From the scenario, what you have to understand, days we have to convert into seconds, right? How to convert the days into seconds?
Multiply into 86,400.
24 into 60 into 60 into the number of days. Is it correct or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Given number of days into 24 into 60 into 60. Isn't it? So because each day will have 24 hours, in each hour 60 minutes, in each minute 60 seconds. Very simple. Do it everyone. Write a PAC, write algorithm and solve. Done.
Yes, ma'am.
So take actually copy this. Actually take this as a homework.
Ma'am, done.
So here you have to take the two number and you have to check that whether the both two numbers are the co-prime or not. How to check it as a co-prime? The factors of each number we have to calculate the factors. Say for example 14, these are all the factors, and for 15 these are all the factors. So in this 2, 7, 14 and here 1, 3, 5 and 15. Okay, there is no common factor, then it is called as a co-prime, otherwise it is called as a non-co-prime. So here you have to prime number already have given the problem, right? Checking whether the number is a prime or not, that is a homework, and after completing, complete this co-prime problem also. Please everyone copy this. Two problem I have given as a homework. One is checking whether the given number is a prime number or not. Second problem is checking co-prime. Copy this. So remember next week, please prepare and come. I'll conduct in-lab session. I'll give one problem. You have to write the PAC, algorithm or pseudocode, as well as you have to do the program and you have to execute it. Is it over?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
Shall we
ma'am.
wind up the class up to this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
ma'am.
I'll take attendance. Stay back. Answer your attendance. Praveen,
Yes, ma'am.
Sham,
Present, ma'am.
Srinivasan,
Present, ma'am.
Trivedya,
Present, ma'am.
Srikanth,
Present, ma'am.
Kevin,
Present, ma'am.
Karthik,
Present, ma'am.
Lava Kumar,
Present, ma'am.
Nitish, Nitish Kumar, present or not? Mekala, Bhavana,
Ma'am, I'm present, ma'am.
Nitish,
Ma'am, Nitish Kumar present, ma'am.
yes. Bhavana,
Yes, ma'am. Network is slow, ma'am.
Bhavana absent.
Present, ma'am.
Sai Lakshmi,
Present, ma'am.
Akshay,
Present, ma'am.
Mohammad Adil,
Present, ma'am.
Sanjay Kumar, Ashwat Kumar, Lakshya, Swarnalata,
Present, ma'am.
Ayush,
Ma'am,
Present. Present, ma'am.
ma'am, Lakshya present.
Siddharth, Karthik, Sharon,
Present, ma'am.
Sam Prince,
Present, ma'am.
Sujapriya,
Present, ma'am.
Alagiri, Arunis,
Present, ma'am.
Venkatasai,
Present, ma'am.
Karthikeyan,
Present, ma'am.
Varshini, Shravan, Sumant,
Present, ma'am.
Gaganya Mogan,
Present, ma'am.
Dhriti,
Present, ma'am.
Sebastian,
Yes, ma'am.
Sebastian,
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, Karthik is
Siddharth,
present.
Karthik is present. Siddharth,
Present, ma'am.
Vignesh, Tejas,
Present, ma'am.
Shyam Sundar, Hitesh,
Present, ma'am.
Soni,
Present, ma'am.
Yohita,
Present, ma'am.
Veena Sri,
Present, ma'am.
Mohammad Sohail,
Present, ma'am.
Diksha,
Present, ma'am.
Lasya,
Present, ma'am.
Nitin,
Present, ma'am.
Fatima,
Present, ma'am.
Abhinav,
Ma'am, can you hear me?
Abhinava.
No, Mritun, ma'am.
Wait. Abhinav, Praneeth,
Present, ma'am.
Harshita,
Present, ma'am.
Niharika,
Present, ma'am.
Monica,
Present, ma'am.
Varun Kumar,
Present, ma'am.
Angeline,
Present, ma'am.
Satyamadi,
Present, ma'am. Present, ma'am.
Deepan,
Present, ma'am.
Rajvi,
Present, ma'am.
Deepka,
Present, ma'am.
Sudhans,
Present, ma'am.
Shruti, Pratik, Gautam Reddy,
Present, ma'am.
Tanishka,
Present, ma'am.
Prem Kumar,
Present, ma'am.
Abhishek,
Present, ma'am.
Harshit. So today absent is Harshit, Pratik, Shruti, Abhinav, Shyam Sundar, Vignesh, Varshini, Alagiri, Siddharth, Ashwath, Sanjay Kumar, Okay, guys, thank you. Any doubt you can ask, otherwise we'll leave the class.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am,
Thank
when
you.
will
Thank
the PPT will be uploaded in Moodle?
Pardon?
Ma'am, when will be the PPT will be uploaded in Moodle?
I'll upload it today. Otherwise, if I forgot, please message in WhatsApp. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.